Welcome again, Maxim here, and today I will show and explain all tests you have to complete to increase your mastery level. Once you have enough mastery points to unlock next rank, you must complete special mission to prove that you are worthy of receiving a higher rank. However, before I start explaining them, it is worth knowing a few basic facts. The tests themselves can be performed once every 24 hours. If you fail the challenge, the next attempt will be possible after 24 hours. Also, if you have a lot more points than the next rank requires, let's say you have enough of them to do 2 rank ups right away, this rule also applies here. You can do one test every 24 hours. And don't worry, if you have enough mastery points to do a rank up test, but still earn more points, you do not lose them. They will be saved in your profile. And if you only want to tentatively check the test before attempting, you can do so. This way you'll be able to prepare yourself properly and won't block your chance for a day. Go to the Cephalon Summaries on the relay. When you enter his room, turn right. You will see stairs with mastery rank symbols on the right wall. Here you can check every one you have access to. During the actual challenge, you will have 1 or 3 approaches, all depends on the test. If you leave in the middle of the test, it will be considered as a fail. Last thing you need to know before we start is that you have to choose your equipment before the test. So first, choose what you think will be good, and then you are good to go. Okay, now let's check those tests. I will try to summarize them and give a little hint on what could make it easier to pass them. Tests for first, second and third rank will test your ability to use primary, secondary and melee weapons. First test, enemy levels 1 to 2. On the second, levels 5 to 6. And on the third, enemies are level 15. Test number 4. You have to survive 1.5 minutes while enemies will spawn all the time. Test for rank 5 is to hack 6 consoles before time's up, 3 Grineer and 3 Corpus consoles. 6th test will check how accurate and perceptive you are. Blue spheres will float around you. One of them will turn red and that will be your first target. Shoot it and then follow the green lines to the next targets. The test for rank 7 is similar to the test for rank 5. Waves of enemies, you have to kill them before time runs out. Any method allowed. Rank 8 test is a course. To reach its end, you need to active platforms by shooting spheres. In 9th test, you need to kill enemies silently. Approach your enemies from behind and kill them with melee weapon. You have to eliminate all opponents without raising any alarm. Test number 10 is a test of agility and accuracy. You can shift around on 9 platforms, but each of them will disappear after some time, counting from the moment you first stepped on them. 15 opponents to kill before all platforms disappear. 11th test is quite interesting. It is a course that you have to complete before the time runs out. You can add 5 seconds for each shoot down red sphere. They will appear around the track through the test. In test number 12 you have to kill some number of enemies, but also avoid deadly lasers, all before time runs out. Test number 13. Again disappearing platforms and enemies to kill. The platforms are slightly differently arranged than the last time. Test number 14. 3 arenas and each has a specific number of enemies to kill. Each arena is a different faction. Test number 15 is an interception. I recommend using some kind of crowd control or defending points from high spots. Test number 16 is a quite calm and short 3-wave defense. Rank 17 test is about killing enemies with a time limit. You have to kill 30 mobs, and in order to increase the amount of time, you have to hit marked white objects with melee weapon. Test number 18 is a longer variant of test number 16, defense. However, here you have a bigger map, more enemies and more waves, 5. Test number 19 is a rescue mission. After you destroy 6 marked spheres, you have to escort the prisoner to a safe place. During this mission you cannot raise any alarm. Test number 20 is a test of speed and agility in Arcwing. You have to reach the end of the map before time's up. To gain more time you have to fly through the red rings. No need to fly through all, most of them will be enough to reach the end. One more thing, teleporting through the ring by double tapping shift does not add time. Test number 21 is a repetition of test 17. A specific number of enemies to kill, the time limit increases by destroying marked objects with melee attacks, all on the larger map. Test number 22 is a long battle with opponents from the arenas on Sidna. You have to survive 3 rounds, each will have some modifier that will make it more difficult. You should be well prepared here, or you will have to jump a lot. Test number 23 is one of the more difficult tests if you don't prepare for it properly. You will need the Warframe that can ignore the mob's constant fire, or be invisible for instance. Alternatively, crowd control will also work here. Your task is to take over points, like on interception, but those points will be moving all the time. Try not to leave their range, they lose capture percentage very quickly. In test 24, you use your operator. Objective is to destroy the sphere in the middle of the map by using your power. You have limited time for this, and you will be disturbed by infested monsters. Test 25 is about killing a specific number of enemies by flying in Arcwing from platform to platform. You have to land on each one to destroy a white marked object to increase time. Test number 26 is a more difficult edition of the 23rd test. Points to capture are some move up and down and the map is bigger, all with the time limit. Test number 27 is similar to Index. You have to collect 100 points and deposit them in a specific place. You can collect them from the map or from killed Xmas units. If you deposit points collected from the map, they will respawn in the places you took them from. The more points you carry, the more damage you receive. Test number 28 is about killing enemies that are immune to damage. To hurt them, you have to throw a special canister at them. Then their color will change from red to blue. Gather them up in one place and then throw, before canister destabilize. You have to kill 60 enemies. Test number 29 is a test of speed and strength. You have to kill 100 enemies without making too big time gap between the kills. Every 10 kills some modifier will be applied on the mission. Test number 30 is a modified version of survival. You have to kill a certain number of enemies and then mini-bosses will appear. All the time you will lose oxygen, but you can drop it from enemies or activate life support capsules. This test consists of several stages, each with a group of enemies and mini-bosses. The test for the first legendary rank is a retest of the primary weapon. There will be a lot of mobs and there is a time limit, 3 waves of enemies. Same for the next test. Legendary 2, only side weapon, Legendary 3, only melee weapon. In both cases, 3 waves of elite enemies to defeat. And Legendary rank 4 test is again identical like rank 4 test. 2 minutes of constantly spawning enemies and you need to survive in this scenario. The mobs of course are on a high level. Legendary rank 5 test is not yet available, we will see what the future brings. And that's all in this video. I hope the information presented here will be useful for you. If you have any questions, please type them in the comment section or visit one of my streams, link in the description. See you next time, bye.